Everyone hoped the Queen's passing will heal the royal family, but clues in their body language hint things are getting worse. What was the significance behind Meghan's tear? Why was Harry criticized for not singing the national anthem? And what does Kate's clenched fist on Charlotte's back reveal? Some would think Kate and Meghan copied each other's fashion, both wearing wide-brimmed hats slanted to the same side, especially since most other royal ladies wore small hats. Experts say both Kate and Meghan tried to hide something, but their outfits had completely different meanings. One behavioral analyst says the grief was clear on Kate's face.
Her lips were compressed and downturned, and her brow was furrowed for much of the service.
According to the expert, Kate may have skillfully chosen the hat to hide her pain and grief behind the large brim. Experts think Meghan chose a large hat for the same reason. However, she appeared uncomfortable and upset and disconnected from the rest of the royal family. Her body language showed feelings of shame and victimization.
Her body language indicates a disconnection with the other family members and a discomfort with her current status among the working royals. She's definitely feeling the coldness and is very uncomfortable about it.
Also, the other royals walked with their hands at their sides. Meghan, however, clasped her hands together. This could be a self-soothing, self-protective gesture, more evidence that she felt uncomfortable and out of place. Speaking of hiding, Meghan was hardly visible throughout the day. Upon entering and exiting the church, she kept her pace behind the seniors' royal wives, Kate, Sophie, and Camilla, and the camera mostly panned on the more important royals. At their seats in the second row, Meghan's face was obscured from one of the main cameras by a massive candle. Was it all just a coincidence, or...?
That could be coincidence, but as we know, everything is planned meticulously.
So yes, some royal critics think it was all planned to take the focus and attention away from Meghan. As we've seen before, she knows how to spot a camera. Which brings us to the next point. Some snaps of Meghan showed her with a tear in her left eye. Many headlines describe it as a sweet or moving moment. But there will always be critics who question her motives, and already many of them are saying she faked it. Especially considering this interview from 2015, where she bragged about how easily she can force a tear.
You'll make yourself cry. Yeah. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my god, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
And it just so happened that Meghan's tear at the funeral was in her left eye, just like she boasted in the interview. There's more evidence she and Kate are still on bad terms. See how Kate's hand is clenched in a fist on Charlotte's back? To understand this gesture better, watch how Kate uses an open palm here when they arrived, and again an open palm when they start to exit the church. Throughout the day, Kate seemed relaxed with Charlotte, except when Meghan was near, as one Twitter user pointed out.
This photo tells its own story. The protective hand gripped with tension, the turning of heads, the supportive glance of a concerned brother.
But let's hear what an actual expert has to say.
Catherine is rather tense. She's got her neck totally stiff, her jaw is pointing forward, and she's also protecting Charlotte with a closed fist.
There are reports that at the time of her wedding to Harry, Meghan was supposedly harsh with Princess Charlotte, even flashing her a look that many say was really mean, and apparently all because of a fight Meghan had with Kate. If that's true, this protective gesture from Kate says a lot.
If you ever had doubts about reported mistreatment of Charlotte, this should refute them.
And there's more possible evidence. Carefully compare these two photos taken just minutes apart. It can't be seen in this photo, but just behind Charlotte, Meghan is also exiting the church to join the group. Note how Princess Charlotte gives what appears to be a worried look to Sophie, the Duchess of Wessex. The next moment, Charlotte and Camilla have swapped places. Charlotte now stands close to Sophie and Camilla next to Meghan. Twitter users were fast to pick up on this.
Look how the children change places in these photos, minutes apart. Camilla and Sophie close ranks around Charlotte and George. Wow, that's telling quite a story.
During the service itself, there were more signs of friction. this time between Princess Beatrice and Meghan, who were seated next to each other in the second row. It's long been reported that Beatrice and her sister, Eugenie, are not the biggest fans of Meghan Markle. The supposed feud dates back to Eugenie's wedding, where Meghan was apparently accused of stealing the limelight. Neither Meghan nor the sisters have ever confirmed the rift. But watch this look Beatrice gives Meghan, and then immediately Meghan turns her head away. It doesn't take an expert to see there's friction there. Also, watch this moment when Harry and Meghan depart the Queen's final committal service. See this look Meghan gives to someone outside the car? That look was directed at Eugenie, and a behavioral analyst described it as Meghan giving Eugenie a daggers look. Harry was also criticized for not singing the national anthem. Some saw it as a sign of disrespect, but most royal watchers saw it for what it was: unimaginable grief at the loss of his beloved grandmother.
This is not just a man who's lost his grandmother. I truly believe he's lost his only ally in the family.
There were also clear signs, not only in Harry's expression, but also in his body language, that he was wrought with grief. Notice how he is slightly rocking back and forth? As one expert explains,
Rocking is often seen in times of high psychological distress and is an effective way of reducing anxiety and tension, promoting a sense of calm through stimulation of the balance center.
clearly grief-stricken, Prince William and King Charles also displayed the same rocking body language during the service. But here's a really interesting moment that is open for debate. As the royal wives, along with Kate's children, wait for the Queen's coffin to arrive at Wellington Arch, watch the interaction between Meghan and Princess Charlotte. Charlotte turns around, and it appears that for a brief moment, Meghan and Charlotte make eye contact. But watch Charlotte's priceless reaction. Some headlines said they shared a sweet interaction. Others say Charlotte did not look impressed at all, and it looked like she ate something sour. So what do you think about the royal family's body language? Are they pushing Meghan to the side? Or were their behaviors just as a result of the somber day? And is there some hidden tension between Meghan and Charlotte? Or did they actually really share a sweet and innocent moment? Let us know what you think, and stay tuned for more royal news.